Good morning, everybody. I'd like to welcome you all to the Wheels Museum on this beautiful Saturday. We have a lot of visitors in, and I wish you were amongst them, but I hope you will be next time. We're very, very happy today to have John Westfall with us. He's one of our great, great volunteers and a wonderful friend, and no matter what needs to be done at Wheels, he knows how to do it. He's here especially today to talk about his work with the model trains, and were it not for John Westfall, we would not be making children happy and their grandparents happy, and everyone who comes in here, they're absolutely in awe to see what John has accomplished with the model trains that we have here. And John, I know you don't just work on one gauge, but tell us which gauges you do work on.
The S gauge, the O gauge, and the G, which is garden scale. The O is like the old Lionel, and the S is like the American Flyer.
And tell the audience, if you would, the size of the O gauge layout that you have, that you work on here.
It's 40 by 20 feet. We're always working on it and changing it up. We have 4 tracks running today, so we can run 4 trains at once.
Is there a lot of work to keeping it going?
Yes, there is actually. There's a lot of cleaning, a lot of checking, see if there's voltage loss. There's sometimes they just derail for no reason. But it happens.
It's like running a real railroad is very, very difficult. And sometimes I go back there and the smoke is coming out, and I just love to see that, and the sounds, and the children are standing by and they're jumping up and down with joy, and it's just wonderful. How many train cars do you think we own for O gauge?
Oh, I would say maybe 1,000.
Really?
Yeah.
We were recently given a large donation of train cars. A man gave us his entire life's collection of train cars and built a very large showcase for us in the back. And over the years, many people have given us trains. And sometimes you come into my office and you say, "Oh, guess what we just got?" And it's like Christmas in here, because it's always fun and always exciting to see what's coming in and to understand the history of railroading through these model trains. I love that so much, and seeing them go around. And would you tell also everybody about the scenery that you work on and all the detail besides just the trains that are there?
Oh, we have buildings and stuff. I try to get them lit up so that it brings more appeal, and it would look better at night. But still, it brings appeal. We have like McDonald's on there, a farm. We have a dinosaur land. We have all kinds of.
Do we still have the Ferris wheel?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we said.
The
Kind of
Ferris
carnival
wheel.
there.
We have a
Yeah.
carnival.
Mhm.
I'm working on building a roundhouse. There's always something to do on a train set.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And would you tell everybody also about the club that works here with you?
Oh, the TCA, the Train Clubs of America, I'm a member of, and they do mostly just G, S, and O. And they're a pretty good club. It's a lot of older people. We'd like to get younger people involved, but.
And we do mentor younger people. So if today we have an Eagle Scout in, for example, but young people who want to learn about the trains, we do mentor them, and so we appreciate John's work and the work of others who are willing to teach young people about the history and about how the electronics of it and the workings of it and how to do it. In fact, we're having, I think it's on the 9th, we're having an event with Phil Scruggs to teach people how to do modeling and work on the railroad.
How to make dioramas.
And dioramas and all that sort of thing, yeah. Tell them about the win we got the other day for the G-scale, if you would.
The
I hear that we're gonna do
Oh,
that.
we're building a G-scale up above our front lobby area, and we've got the wood put up and the shelves put up. We still have to strengthen some of it and then start putting the track up there. But we'll have a Rio Grande train going around up there. It's an old steam locomotive, and it supposedly whistles and does a lot of different things. The trains nowadays are so amazing. They have circuit boards in them, and they sound like real trains. They have smoke that puffs out at certain times. They sound like the brakes are hitting. It's just amazing.
It's
Some
amazing.
of they used to be kind of an inexpensive hobby, and they've gotten so expensive. Some of the locomotives alone run anywhere from $300 to $3,000. So there's some expensive ones out there.
And where are they made?
Most of them are made in China.
Made in China now. They used
Yeah,
to be,
they're
yeah.
through Lionel and MTH but China has the molds and they mold them and do all that. So
Used to be-
unfortunately.
Yeah, it used to be in America, Germany, different places like that, yeah. But they're fascinating. We have, on our HO, we have the Rail Runner train,
Yes.
and, yeah, and many other trains we have.
And he has Amtrak, he has, oh, what else? He's got a lot of Super Chiefs running around on it.
Yeah.
Some steam locomotives. He has a little hand cart on his that runs around sometimes. It's pretty cute.
So cute, yeah, it's
Yeah.
wonderful. We have a balloon, hot air balloon exhibit on that one. And on John's, okay, we have airplanes flying above it. And I haven't told you this yet, but this morning I got a call from a man. He has 2 8-foot wide wooden models he wants to give us.
Oh, wow.
So maybe we can hang those up. We are hanging a full-size airplane.
Yes.
Generally near where his exhibit is. So we're about planes and trains and automobiles and bicycles and everything else. But I love the model trains, and I think everybody loves the model trains. So we're always looking to expand our exhibits of the model trains. We get donations from people who are kind to us, and we have other scales. If you would tell them what Z and N and all the different ones.
Oh, Z is one of the smallest ones. There's ZZ, which is smaller, and then T, which is even smaller. But these are just the American scales, and then it goes to Z, and then N, and then HON3, which is HO, but it's a narrow gauge track, and then HO, and S. Did I leave one out?
I don't think so. I'm learning from you. I didn't realize it was
S and then
Z.
O and then G, which is your garden railroad. And then we have the big one everybody can ride on.
Yes.
That's a lot of fun.
And that's a lot of fun. We can put 25 people at one time, and that train goes around the exhibits. And then we have an even bigger train, which was built for us here in the building for a movie. So,
Oh, yes,
yeah,
the train
so
car.
The train car. We have a train car. And we can put about 35 people in that, and we can show movies there and do musical events or speeches or anything we want to. And children love to go in there and their parents and pretend like they're on a train trip. So
We don't want to mention the movie it was in, Butch Cassidy, but
the prequel to that, yeah.
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 Yeah,
And so we
something like
filmed
that.
part of that. We filmed dozens of pictures here on the site, and we just did one last week here at Wheels, which was an independent movie. Yeah. John, you were invaluable to us. You're everything, whether the alarm goes off or whatever it is, John can do it. Today he moved a real international truck that we were given by another museum as a showpiece outside of Wheels, and he's just an incredibly wonderful person. And when I first met you, I don't think I knew that you were so involved with model trains. And then luckily, we capitalized on your interest in it. So how did you get interested in that?
actually I had been interested in them when I was a kid a little bit, but my brother was really into it. And then I came over here with a class because I said, oh, I'll go see the Wheels Museum. I said, okay, we'll go. And I came over here and she said, we're looking for volunteers during her speech. And I went up to her and said, what kind of volunteers are you looking for? And she goes, one's just like you. And she had me hooked.
And we'll never open the door again, because once he's in here, we're not gonna let him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful. And there's an innovation in model trains that you're working on in the back there that I think is fascinating. It's called DCS. Could you tell all of us what that's about?
Well, they're trying to keep the younger generation involved into the trains rather than just running the transformers up and down. And so now they have a remote control system that's DCS, and you can command it to smoke. You can command it to set out a public announcement. You can do just about anything with it. Speed it up, slow it down, stop it, set the whistle, the bell.
Unbelievable.
And they're just amazing. And now they're even coming out, the newer ones are coming out Bluetooth, so the kids can use their phones. Because, you know, everybody has a phone. And if you could sit over there on the couch and run your trains, why
How
not?
much fun.
Yes.
How much fun.
It's-
Yeah, we also show movies about trains. And if anyone is interested, which I hope many people will be, we're actually going on a train trip. September 21st, we're going to Kansas City as a Wheels fundraiser. So if you're interested in going to Kansas City and seeing a lot of real trains and being with us, and we have a lot of fun on these trips.
We have a great time.
We do, it's wonderful. We're all together, we're all friends, and we're friends with everyone listening. So we'd love to have you if you're interested in coming. We're gonna see museums in Kansas City, eat barbecue, talk about rail, stop at the station there and see all the exhibits there. It's gonna be a fabulous trip. So please call us. We're at 505-243-6269 at Wheels Museum if you want more information about it. Love to tell you about all of that. Tell us about some of the unusual train cars, if you would, that we have in the old gauge collection.
I have some 1918 tin plate train cars and locomotive or an engine to it, and they still run. They run pretty good. They're made by Lionel, and they run. I was amazed when I put them on the track. I didn't think they would, but they're old tin plate. They're just
wonderful. I love those.
And then I have a bunch of cast iron steam locomotives.
Wow.
We have the 2926 steam locomotive that's here, the real one's here in Albuquerque, and then we have the replica of it.
Oh, it's so wonderful. And the real one is not far from us here in Albuquerque. It's on 1800 North 8th, and we're hoping to bring it over, so we're looking to do that.
This summer
is
we're
its
hoping
home.
to.
Yeah, yeah. So every size, from the size of a fingernail almost to a million-pound locomotive, we have it or want it.
Right.
We're interested in
Right.
it. Yeah, and we're looking for people who want to help us to run them and learn more about them and keep them clean and keep them going and decorate them and everything there is to do with model railroading.
If we get a bigger staff, we can stay open longer and more people
That's
can,
right. We're looking for
more
that.
people can enjoy this.
And then, yes, absolutely. And we're trying to get the Babbitt shop and the welding shop, which is just east of us, which is about 5,000 square feet, to make the permanent New Mexico Model Railroad Center, to expand, because we want to offer more to more people and help them more and make it more and more interesting and innovative all the time.
And
So,
have some of the local train clubs like the TCA involved in it, and
That's right.
the HO club, and just to get them involved in the, bring their own sets down and run
Exactly.
them,
Exactly.
and we want to keep people involved and have people come down.
That's exactly right. That's what we're here for. So if you have trains you don't want, or you want to be with us, or work with us, or learn more about this, please let us know and come and visit us and
If
be
you-
part of our group.
If you have some trains you want to try and see if they run, bring them down.
That'd be
We'll
fun.
look at them, we'll make sure they're safe, and then we'll try them.
Oh, that's a great idea. That's a wonderful
I do
thing.
that a lot for some people. I
Yeah.
just had a gentleman here that had 3 or 4 trains that it owned by his dad,
Yeah,
and he wanted to see if they run, and most of them ran.
amazing. And it saves that history and that heritage and that educational
Yes.
facility too, that to learn more and more about them. So
It's an amazing hidden gem.
yes,
So-
and it's a wonderful, wonderful hobby.
Yes,
And I think we
absolutely.
have some kind of a sign about, be careful if you join the hobby because you'll never leave it or something like
Right,
that. So
absolutely.
You get hooked on it, and you want to do it more and more. It's a
I
lot of
have
fun.
projects I've started and I haven't been able to get back to them because I started another project and then started another project. And
That's right,
it's,
that's right. We're
It's
always thinking of new
addicting.
ideas. If you would tell them about the idea about the S gauge, what we're gonna do with the S gauge.
oh, on the O gauge, the 40 by 20 foot O gauge, we're gonna put 2 tracks around the outside of it, all the way around the back. And we're gonna run S gauge trains, which are a little bit rarer, and a little bit harder to find, but you can still find brand new ones. And we're gonna run that around the O gauge, just so we can show the difference in size and the type of locomotives or type of diesels or.
It's wonderful. And one of the other ideas we had, which we have not yet done, but where the O gauge is, there's a mural that looks like the mountains, and I've had the idea to make it look like the trains go more up into the mountains. So it's difficult because we can't make too big of a slope.
No.
I mean, these are all issues that, you know, who knew, kind of. It has to be a certain slope, a certain speed, a certain size, a certain layout, a certain radius. There's a lot of technical detail to making this happen. And we're finding that with the G-scale in the front, that we have to make sure that we can keep it on the track, because it's gonna be over the heads of people, so we don't want trains falling down on anybody, so we're gonna have to put a little fence around that and bridges and make it like you would in a real railroad, that it's safe. And
We're
that's-
gonna have buildings up there and trees and
Yes, and we're gonna try to make,
People and-
yeah, and people, yeah, it'll be adorable. And we're trying to make it look as much like Albuquerque and like our rail yards as we can. We're gonna have a model building that looks like the machine shop as part of it, so when people look and say, oh, this is a mini rail yard. Like we have right above their heads, making noise and steaming. It'll be a lot of fun when they come in the building. We do many things to benefit the Wheels Museum. The Rotary's doing a fundraiser for us next Sunday, and we do many events in here, and musical events, educational events. We work with Boy Scouts.
Birthday parties.
Birthday party, yes. We're working with the ROTC now. Many groups, disabled people, many kinds of people. But I have a job to do on Tuesday that is something I've never done before to benefit the Wheels Museum. I was invited to throw out the first baseball at the Del Norte High School baseball game. And it'll be in front of, I suppose, several hundred people, so I've never thrown a baseball in my life.
Oh.
But I am willing to do this to try to benefit Wheels Museum and bring people in. So if there's anybody who wants to teach me how to throw a baseball before Tuesday, please do that. And we're going to have the dance party, which I mentioned, and that's coming up, and that's going to be next Saturday. The Brandon Kennedy Headphone dance party. If you want to come to that and really have a lot of fun.
Those are a lot of fun.
They're a lot of fun. It's from 12 to 2. You put on headphones and dance around. Nobody else can hear you. And you can look at all the exhibits in Wheels Museum while you're doing that and see the trains running and all the beautiful sights that we have here while you're dancing. So if you have ideas for your own event or you want to do, like he says, a birthday party, we've done weddings in here, we've done funerals in here, many corporate events. We have 21,000 square feet. We have a conference room for about 60 people. We have television screen, 2 movie screens. Love to talk to you about what you might want to do at Wheels Museum with us. So please keep in touch. On April 13th at 11 o'clock in the morning, we have a serious event coming up. Ron Perea, who has written many books and has been a volunteer here for a long time and really takes Wheels Museum and the history of Albuquerque and New Mexico to heart. He's a wonderful friend, is going to do a presentation about the Baton Death March. And he calls it Summoning All New Mexicans. So if you have any connection to that, want to learn about that terrible time in history, see our World War II exhibits here at Wheels Museum, please let us know if you'd like to come to that event on April 13th at 11 o'clock in the morning. And give us a call so we'll know how many people are coming at 505-243-6269. And we're very grateful to Ron for this. I want to thank John. You've been a wonderful participant in our podcast. You're the best friend that anybody could have. You're the best volunteer anybody could have. And if you want to meet John, come down and you'll meet him and he'll help you and we'll enjoy together. So.
It just gets me out of the house away from the light.
I've heard you're not the only guy that's ever told me that.
Okay.
We do have some women down here too, but
yes.
A lot of men come down and and want to do their hobbies with airplanes, with trains, with cars, many things. We work with many students at CNM, UNM, APS, and other schools as well. So it's been wonderful to have you with me today, and thank you very much.
You bet.
Thank you.
Thank you.